On everybody, Matt Ferrari here. I just wanted to get on a quick live video. I just finished a training exercise with my last client virtually. So I was really sweaty and I pumped up, so I was like, I'm in it, want to make this video. So I just wanted to talk to you guys, give you a quick little history on in this video as to like how and why I ended up becoming the owner and founder of Summit Force Training. And kind of like where it all stemmed from. So I became infatuated with climbing in like grade school. I had these wonderful gym teachers, and they had built a traverse wall, a little climbing wall in the school gymnasium, my little public school. And for recess, they'd let us on it, and I never wanted to get off it. So right away, from a very, very early age, oh God, I don't know, what was I, like 9-10 years old, and I didn't want to get off the wall. I thought it was the greatest thing ever. So from a very early age, I fell in love with climbing. After that, I wanted to be involved in the climbing industry in every way, shape, and form. In the early 2000s, I began route setting at my college. I went to Paul Smith College up in the Adirondacks, and I managed the climbing gym there. And I came up with this idea because route setting, which I still love to this day, but I had this idea. I was like, what about a wall that can change angles without having to strip and clean and reset the whole wall, and knowing the holds, knowing the movements, but changing the angle, making it more difficult. So in the early 2000s, right out of college, I actually got intellectual property for that. So if you've ever climbed on a climbing wall at a commercial gym that changes angles, you've used my intellectual property. So being young and ambitious, I was like, let's go open source. With the U.S. patent attorney in Washington, D.C., it's my intellectual property is an articulating climbing wall for North America. And I went open source with it because I wanted to give to the climbing community. I wanted wall manufacturers. I wanted people making home gyms. I wanted everyone to be able to do this, to have a wall that changes angles so that they can progress their training, right? Because I got so much out of the climbing community. I wanted to give back to the climbing community. So then my next step after that was like, well, how, instead of, trying to target the whole climbing community, how can I get to the individual and help as many individuals as possible? And that was pretty much where Summit Force Training began. I decided to start a virtual training program, and it kind of has been taking off ever since. So I train virtually, and it's pretty awesome. I have people from all over the country, a couple people all over the world who are interested and who train with me. So we do it all through Zoom, basically, and it's kind of become this awesome thing, and it's a way where I can give back all of my experience in 20 years of climbing and being a national level youth competitive coach, and having traveled all over the world for climbing, but all over the country for climbing competitions, both competing in collegiate series. And then after that, I really got into being a coach for youth climbers and really learning so much about the physiology of a climber, and also that mind space of a climber, and working with climbers to alleviate negative mind talk, to get rid of that negative mind chatter, to really, really think about the mindset of an athlete. And that's all of the things I do kind of bundled up in Summit Force Training. It's not only the physical training aspects, which are huge, but also the self-beliefs, the limiting self-beliefs, the negative mind chatter. How do we clear all that out and have positive mind talk? And anyways, so not to get too deep into it, but I'm going to be going a little deeper in depth into what Summit Force Training is, what do I deliver, how you guys can be a part of this. And if you're looking for training to get to your next level, like here we are, Summit Force is here. I'm really active on social media. So if any of you guys are curious, have any questions about any of this stuff, feel free to just say something in the comments, or you can message me. But I'm always looking for new people to train with, to join the Summit Force Training crew, and to just build something bigger and stronger and help individuals achieve their dreams of climbing, like whether it's to get their first 5'8" or 5'9", or to break through the 5'10" wall, or they want to be a 5'12" climber, or I even have guys I work with who want to get deeper into the 5'14s. Like, I'm here for all of you guys I work with, high-end athletes, newbies, people who've been in the game for years, and people who just want to break their plateaus. So I'm here for you guys. Love you all. Be good to each other, and I will see you guys very soon.